what is going on with, of course, Bitcoin, with Ripple, with the entire crypto ecosystem. I believe where they're heading will shock you. Let me explain. Ripple wins his case. Most of it. Keep in mind, the SEC was suing Ripple for many things, okay? And I'm going to try to break it down the most important ones. But first and foremost, XRP itself is not a security. That's a huge thing. That's a huge thing. I'll tell you why in a little bit. But other things that were ruled, for example, the SEC was also going after Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson for selling, okay? That was ruled, okay, it's okay, because there was no guarantee that they knew that whoever they were selling to expected profit from it. So basically, that's out the window. So both Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson are off the hook. The only thing they are in trouble with is that Ripple early on sold about $729 million worth of XRP to institutions and hedge funds and other parties. These constitute as unregistered offer and sale investment contracts in violation of federal security laws, okay? Because there was an expectation from these guys that XRP would go up. So most likely, Ripple will settle and probably pay a fine to cover this, okay? But life goes on. The most important thing is XRP is not a security. Just because something is sold on exchanges does not make it a security, which, of course, sets precedent for everything else that's out there. Everything that's listed on Coinbase and Binance and everything else, this basically says that the SEC has no jurisdictions over them. Just because they're selling them does not automatically make them securities, which was what the SEC was trying to argue, that any kind of secondary sales or even sales on DEXs, decentralized exchanges, automatically make something a security. Basically, this puts that to rest. This is saying, no, it doesn't automatically make them securities, right? So basically, for the most part, this is a huge win. Whatever fine that is, probably going to be small, okay, for that first sale. And we have seen other companies, pay a small fine or something. But this can't be what Gary envisioned, right? Gary tried very, 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 very hard indeed, to delay this case, to stop the him and emails and everything else from coming out, right? Appeal after appeal after appeal. Basically, he lost. So the moral of today's story is don't sell. Okay, if you're a crypto company, don't sell to institutional investors or do private rounds OTCs, right? Basically, that's still a no-no. But if you sell directly on exchanges, that's okay. It does not mean you're a security. You could distribute via protocol natively, meaning like airdrops or staking rewards or something like that. That's okay. And then also FU Gensler. Let's just throw that in there. So, pretty big, right? Pretty big. Valentine, thank you. George effect is real right now. A lot of people enjoying their gains, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, okay? These 20%, 20, 30, 50% gains, right? Really, it's nothing compared to the parabolic run that we'll all witness in 2024 and 2025. This is just the beginning, but it's huge. It's huge. Of course, everyone's talking about, what about XRP? XRP, of course, is much stronger now. The fact that it is not a security, okay? Not a security, of course, makes people want to FOMO in. That's why it's up like 80%. And I don't believe it's going to stop there. I think it's going to keep on going. Volume is exploding on Upbit, which is even a smaller exchange. You have more XRP volume than even Bitcoin. That's really, really hard to do. Actually, overall, let's take a look at it. Volume of XRP overall, 14 billion, which is higher than Ethereum's 13 billion, but not as high as Bitcoin. But I've seen days, I remember days, where XRP's volume has been higher. But man, everyone is jumping in. Coinbase listed XRP. Kraken listed XRP. I saw this morning. Binance.us that listed XRP. And I think Gemini's go list XRP. They're talking about it. Cameron's talking about it, right? So a lot of people FOMOing back into XRP. So where is it going to go next? Well, yesterday I plotted, I think it's going to be about $1.10, right? I think that'll be coming. It could be coming this weekend. It could be coming today. I mean, when XRP FOMO hits, it really hits. Bank of Japan is going to be utilizing XRP to facilitate cross-border payments. That's not a surprise. SBI Holdings, which is a big venture capitalist company in Japan, they're all over and they're big fans of XRP. So they're helping facilitate this and make it happen in Japan. So that's pretty good for XRP as well. And then lastly, Alex Mashinsky pleads not guilty, granted bail, bond of $40 million. His bail was $40 million, and somehow he was able to secure it through his personal residence in Manhattan, as well as signatures of his wife and another individual. See, again, all these guys from collapsed companies, somehow they could make these outrageous bails. SBF made what, 800 million bail or something. Alex Mashinsky makes 40 million bail, right? So they all knew the end was coming. They cashed out beforehand. So that to me, there's something wrong with that. I remember days, and I think a lot of you guys do too, where the market cap goes up by like 15% in a single day. Okay, 10%, 12%, 15%. Those days are coming. Yesterday's 5%, barely nothing, but look at how exciting it was, right? As for Bitcoin, it silently breaches resistance. So that's pretty good. What resistance? That 30,100 resistance, right? It's still holding above there. If you look at the sharks and the fish from 0 to 100 Bitcoins, okay, going up. The addresses are going up. The only category, whales, over 100 Bitcoin dropped a little bit. But for everyone else, going up because people are accumulating. It's not just the institutions that are getting ready. It's everyone else. Okay? There's a lot of accumulation right now, especially since we're still low. Okay? We're not back to previous highs. Nowhere close. Okay? And people are still accumulating. That's fantastic. Yesterday, we had that breakout, right? We're still above 31,000. That's pretty good. We also formed a MACD crossover, which is really good as well. So from a technical standpoint, couple handle breakout, and you couple that with a MACD crossover, these are all pretty good things. There's another Bitcoin spot ETF coming, this time to Australia. Well, at least it gets filed. It's not for sure. But yesterday, the very first one opened up in Europe. And then, of course, we got like 6 or 8 applicants in the US. Then now we have one in Australia. I mean, imagine all these Bitcoin spot ETFs everywhere, right? And how much money will be flowing in everywhere. Again, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be really, really fantastic. So that's what's happening with Bitcoin right now. Really, nothing has changed besides Bitcoin looking even stronger than it has been. So that's fantastic.